let's take a look at how Gretchen is preparing future generations to amplify the voices of others through art, history, and museums.
I think art has the power to really excite people and stimulate people and really get people thinking and be provocative without making people angry. This was a class project, this exhibition, and one of the things that we do in the Cooperstown Graduate Program is we do real projects, not theoretical projects. And I was talking with Mark Golden of Golden Artist Colors, and we were kind of chatting about his gallery, and I proposed perhaps we could work together collaboratively on a project.
The idea for the show actually came from Mark Golden. At the time, I was a student at Cooperstown Graduate Program and working with Gretchen Sorin, and he approached the program with this idea, and it came from the way he explained it. It came from thinking through all of the turmoil and the tension that has surrounded the last couple of elections. The election cycles, the recent slew of suppression and laws that have suppressed votes in certain communities throughout the United States, and he really wanted to join the conversation.
The students worked hard to select the art and select the artists and to evaluate the art, and that's part of the course. Right, to go out and figure out how you do that. How do you, if you're putting together an exhibition, how do you find the artists? How do you select the art? How do you hang the art so that you're not hanging a very small piece next to a very large piece, so that the colors look well together, so that everything is hung in a way that makes sense and that tells a story. After people have gone to college or they've finished their educations, the places that we can go to continue learning are museums. They're kind of like universities for the general public. And the paradigm has really shifted in museums from objects to community need and community organizations. So now museums are starting to look at their communities, the communities in which they find themselves, and say, what are the needs here? What's missing? We really wanted to highlight these artists, but also to get them to respond and to think about what they can do in order to make it possible for other people to vote. I think in upstate New York, we don't really have a problem with voter suppression, but I think in other parts of the country, there have been attempts to roll back the Voting Rights Act, and that is a problem for all of us, not just for the people that live in those areas. In a democracy, the right to vote is paramount. We tend to have huge voter turnout during presidential elections, but in off-year elections, a lot of people don't bother to go to the polls. So I think it's very important that we vote every year, that we vote in every election. And I think it's also important that people agitate, talk to their legislators, make sure that their legislators are aware how important they feel voting is, and that they support voting rights throughout the United States.